Hello, my young friends. Today we are with very important question on percent error. Question is from NCERT. It is solved in NCERT. But question keeps appearing in various competitive exams also. So the booklet which is given to you in that first chapter, question number 48, objective questions. Both questions are exactly same, no difference. The period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is given by this formula you have already gone through so many times. T equal to 2 pi root of L by G, where L stands for length of the pendulum and G is acceleration due to gravity. Measured value of length is 20 centimeter. Same question, exactly no change, with an accuracy of 1 millimeter. So basically it is an ordinary scale. On ordinary scale, you have 1 centimeter divided into 10 parts. Each part is called 1 millimeter. So length would have been measured using simple scale, ordinary scale. And time for 100 oscillations of the pendulum is measured to be 90 seconds. This is time, not time period. 90 seconds is time taken for 100 oscillations. So each oscillation would take 90 by 100 seconds. But the number of oscillations would not matter. Later on, we'll see. Using a wristwatch, the time period has been measured using a wristwatch whose resolution means one division is equal to, on ordinary wall clock, the seconds hand moves 60 times to complete 60 seconds. So its resolution is 1 second. Accuracy is of 1 second. So you have been given time, number of oscillations, length of the pendulum, and accuracy, that is least count of the scale is given. Question is here, what is accuracy in determination of G? Here also the approximate accuracy in determination of G is. So options with you are 5%, 2%, 3% and 1%. So let us start the question and find which one is the correct option. So let's remove this part first of all. This is pendulum. Mass doesn't come into picture. Only we must bother about how much is the length and how much is time taken to complete one oscillation, that is called time period. This is so-called stopwatch that would be used in the experiment, and we'll find its accuracy is again each tick is equal to 1 second, right? So that is what is the meaning of accuracy or resolution of 1 second. Okay, so let us first of all square this relation. T square equal to 4 pi square L by G, because we are interested in what is value of G only. So take G to the left, it comes to numerator, time square, time period square to right, goes to denominator. So this is a relation we are going to use to determine the accuracy or percent error in G. Now, length can be written as 20.0 plus minus. This is the maximum possible error. 1 mm, here we have centimeter. Change millimeter to centimeter. Divide by 10. It turns out to be 0.1. So length is 20.0 plus minus 0.1 centimeter. Now, this is time for 100 oscillations with an accuracy of 1 second. So time measured is 90 plus minus 1 second. Okay, so what we have learned, if time is measured as t plus delta t, because we need time period. Time period is total time taken for 100 oscillations, divide by number of oscillations 100. So t plus minus delta t would be time taken for 100 oscillations, 90 plus minus 1 second, divide by number of oscillations, that is 100. But you are not going to put it because I'll show this n doesn't affect our answer. So separating the two, you can write t by n separate, delta t by n separate. Okay. So this is now time period measurement. T plus minus delta t equal to 90 by 100 here and 1 by 100 here. So delta t by t, because we are going to use relative error, fractional error in this case. Delta t is equal to delta t small t by n. Check it. Delta t is equal to delta small t by n. So numerator delta t by n, this is called relative error in time period. Divide by t, t is equal to t by n, check it, t by n. So by n cancels. So fractional error in time period is same as fractional error in time of 100 oscillations. So these two are equal. So you need not bother about n because n cancels out and doesn't exist in the picture. Okay. This yellow portion that was just to make you understand that delta t by t error in time period by time period is same as error in time for 100 oscillations divide by time for 100 oscillations. So these two are equal. So we need not see whether the oscillations taken were 100, 20, 40, anything. Okay, so this yellow portion was to just make you comfortable, make you understand that delta t by t, time period error divided by time period, is same as error in time measurement of 100 oscillations divided by time taken for 100 oscillations. The ratio happens to be same. Okay, now according to the relation for product quotient power, the relative error in G, delta G by G, should be equal to relative error in L plus 2 times T square means 2 times relative error in time period. If you need percent error, then multiply each term by 100. So this is the relation for percent error now. So now just we are about to substitute the values and that's all, we'll get the answer. So only thing in this relation was delta capital T by T would be same as delta small t by T. These two ratios are same. But we are about to substitute delta T by T, so we need not bother. This ratio and this ratio are equal. So we'll use these numbers here. Delta T can be replaced by delta small t, that is 1, and t can be replaced by small t, that is 90. Okay, now just substitute the values and get the answer. So 0.1 by 20 into 100 and 1 by 90 into 100 times 2. Okay, rest is up to you. You must solve it and get the correct answer and see which option matches. So it is 2.72%, and the options available with us were 5%, 2%, 3%, and 1%. So 2.72% is quite close to 3%. So 3% is the correct choice. So now you can pause and note it down. So very important question for your school exams, very important for competitive exams. So this question is quite in demand. Your school teacher may ask this question in your school exam, and when you pass +2 out, you are supposed to appear in JEE main exam. Again, this question is very important. Again, once time period 2 pi root L by G, we need value of G, error in G, squaring T square 4 pi square L by G, G on left hand side, T square on right hand side. 4 pi square is a constant, no error in it. So delta G by G into 100 equal to delta L by L into 100 and 2 times delta T by T into 100. Repeatedly told that errors are only added. So there shouldn't be any minus sign here. So delta L by L, that is 0.1 by 20 into 100. Delta capital T by capital T is same as delta small t by small t. So 1 second resolution and 90-second measure time into this power 2 into 100. Rest is mathematical part. So thank you for watching and note it down.